I hope that you all are having a blessed day today. My name is Jay, and welcome to Christian Recovery and Hope and Faith today. Listen, we're going to talk about a subject that's hard to talk about, and that is about abuse and about trauma. Many times, whether you were a kid or an adult, if you've been abused in any way, physically, mentally, sexually, any of those ways, it is a difficult situation and sometimes very hard to deal with internally, and then it's even harder to talk about it, get it out externally, because when we sit there and we talk about it, it brings up bad emotions, bad memories. But one of the things we need to do as trauma victims is to talk about it, and sometimes that's difficult. One of the things I was reading today was about how young teens are being abused in relationships, both physically, mentally, sexually, what have you, and that's wrong in so many levels. And so if you've been, whether you are a guy or a girl, if you've been abused in any situation, it is best to leave and get out of that situation and tell somebody, because first off, let it be known that it is not your fault, right? So it is not your fault that you were put in that situation, that you were abused in that time frame. And I know sometimes it can be hard to do that, but one of the things that was posted that got me to thinking about it was specifically this. So ask yourself this question: if you're somebody who's in an abusive relationship right now, ask yourself this question: if you were to start dating this person today, would you continue to date them? Like, if you just met them, like you'd never met them before, you just started dating them today, and they were acting this way towards you, would you continue to date them? If your answer is no, then why are you still there? It's a great question for those of you that have been abused in any way, shape, or form. And I know it may be hard to find a way to get out or to move on and move away from this person, especially if you're financially dependent on the individual. And sometimes they create that financial dependence just to make you stay there. That's one of the abuses that's probably least talked about is financial abuse. If you're in a situation where somebody is controlling all of the finances, so that like you are 100% dependent on them, like you don't even have a debit card or credit card, they don't give you cash unless like it's something specific, and then they give you exact change, or like you're going to the store for groceries and they say, okay, here's $100, and that's all you get for groceries. That is also a form of abuse, because they are trying to manipulate and control you. So if you're in that situation, I hope that you do find a way out, and you do find a way to move forward in your life and to find that which God is telling you to do. And it may be a struggle to understand, well, why is God allowing this in my life? Why has He allowed me to suffer through this and go through this? And that's a hard question to answer, because humans have self-awareness and the ability to make choices, even if they're not what God would want us to do. We have a free will. But 1 Peter 1, 6, and 7 does pretty good at doing this. And in all of this you greatly rejoice, though now for a little while you may have had to suffer grief in all kinds of trials. These have come so that the proven genuineness of your faith, or of greater worth than gold, which perishes even though refined by fire, may result in praise, glory, and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed. So we still honor Jesus Christ. We still glory in him, and we still are blessed to be in the family of Jesus Christ. So if you've been in that situation, one of the hardest things that you are going to have to do if you've been through any kind of trauma is to forgive the individual that caused you that trauma. And whether or not you do it to their face, or you just kneel down and pray and say, Lord, I forgive this person. Because once you do, you will feel so much more relief off yourself. You will not worry about that situation anymore, and you will be free from the pain, the guilt, and the struggles of that situation. And make sure you talk to a trusted friend, a trusted individual that you know will keep the confidentiality between you and them, because if you don't want it to get out, it doesn't need to get out. And rumor is horrible. So make sure you talk to a trusted friend. And when you do this, when you give this issue over to Christ, you have a new identity in Christ. When you give your life to Christ, you have a new identity in Christ. So there's a couple of verses that you may want to look into. Psalms 8, 4 through 5, or Genesis 1, 26 through 28, and talk about how we were made in the likeness of God. Psalm 139, 14, fearfully and wonderfully made. So if you have doubts about who you are, or confidence in who you are, know that you were wonderfully made by God. Okay? If you got any comments or questions, or need to message me at all, or want to talk at all, you can DM me on Twitter. I'll leave my Twitter account down below. You can also comment on this page on this video if you'd like. But just know that I'm not a professional counselor. I am just a person in recovery like yourself, and God has decided to use me in a way that I didn't quite understand at first, and I hope that I am fulfilling His purposes as He chooses, and I always pray that His will is what guides me, not my own, because I failed when I tried to do it myself. Alright guys, I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing these videos, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Be blessed.